Good evening and welcome to Ghana Talks Radio. My name is Glenda and I'm here to bring you the daily news headlines for Tuesday, the 18th of January 2022. Ato Forson and two others are granted 9 million Ghana cedis bail. An Accra High Court has granted bail to the former Deputy Finance Minister Dr. Ato Forson and two others standing trial for causing financial loss to the state, a bail in the sum of 9 million Ghana cedis. Dr. Forson and the two others are currently standing trial at the court for allegedly causing a financial loss of $2.37 million to the state. The trio are said to have misapplied the said amount when the ministry purchased some 200 ambulances for the country between 2014 and 2016. TRRC recommends payment of $612,000 to Ghanaians and other victims in the Gambian massacre. The Gambian Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, also known as TRRC, has recommended the payment of a total of $612,000 to some 54 West African migrants who were massacred by paramilitary troops in 2005. The migrants were tortured, unlawfully imprisoned, unlawfully killed or forced to disappear by the paramilitary troops who were directly under the control of the then President Yahya Jammeh. The money is to be paid to the respective governments of the migrant countries, who would then make the payments to the victims' families and survivors. These were known at a press conference in Kumasi to present a report on the findings and recommendations by the Commission on the massacre and enforced disappearances of Ghanaians and other West African migrants. In a major boost to metaverse gamers, Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard in the biggest ever takeover and a major shake-up for the gaming industry. The Xbox maker will pay $68.7 billion in cash for the game designer in a move partly aimed at the future of gaming and the metaverse. The purchase is just the latest and by far the biggest game designer to be purchased by Microsoft as it looks to expand its control of games and consoles. It will turn Microsoft into the third largest gaming company by revenue. It's said behind Tencent and Sony, and it now has 30 internal game development studios. For gamers, it will mean that Microsoft will control a host of a different popular games franchise, including Call of Duty, Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch and Candy Crush. Those games will come to Microsoft's Game Pass, it said, meaning that subscribers will be able to play them for free. Ghana does not face imminent external imbalances contrary to Bloomberg report, Finance Ministry. The Finance Ministry has dismissed reports that Ghana's economy is running into financial challenges, saying that the country does not face any imminent external imbalances or reserves shortfall. The reserves at over 5 months of import cover is well above our internal target of 4 months and better than the average over the previous 2 decades. Foreign financing of the 2022 budget of $1.5 billion is also bolstered by the balance of special drawing rights of approximately $700 million, it disclosed in a statement. Bloomberg last week reported that Ghana debt moves deeper into distress as investors lose patience. Australian Open 2022 Day 2, Andy Murray, Serstia and Raducanu battles to victory. Britain's Andy Murray marked his return to the Australian Open, where in 2019 he thought he might have to retire with a tense 5-set win over Georgian 21st seed Nicolas Basilashvili. Murray cruised to the first set in 23 minutes, but any hopes of a routine win disappeared as Basilashvili recovered. Momentum swung both ways before the wild card won 6-1, 3-6, 6-4, 6-7, 5-7 and 6-4. Emma Raducanu shone at a Grand Slam again as she marked her Australian Open debut with victory in the battle of the US Open champions against Sloane Stephens. The 19-year-old has found wins hard to come by since her extraordinary success in New York in September, but back on the big stage, Raducanu came up with the right formula again to claim a 6-0, 2-6, 6-1 victory. Former finalist Petra Kvitova suffered a painful first-round defeat by Sorana Cîrstea on the second day of the Australian Open in Melbourne. Czech Kvitova was beaten 6-2, 6-2 by Romania's Cîrstea in just 72 minutes. Kvitova, who lost to Cîrstea in the second round at last year's tournament, has not gone beyond the third round of a Grand Slam since the 2020 US Open. Now that's it for today's Daily News headlines, but before I go, please take the time to pop over to our social media channels and platforms, and please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you.